YouTube. This is my official podcast announcement, pimps. It's going to be a short video. I'm going to tell you guys what my plan is, what I'm looking at doing, and I want to get some feedback from you on this video. So like it, make sure you comment down below. Guys, I did a poll. You guys answered my questions. It was, what's the ideal length of a podcast? And the number one answer, 56% of you came back with 1 hour. And the second most popular answer was 30 minutes. This is kind of what I was thinking anyways. 30-minute to 1 hour long podcast. Me personally, I don't do those long drives anymore. I don't spend a lot of time in a vehicle. And I'm not the guy that is in one place long enough to listen to a podcast beyond an hour. So I tend to look at clips and watch clips that were entertaining. A lot of you guys also made comments about how quality was important, not quantity, and I absolutely agree 100%. That's why I tend to watch clips as well. It's because I'll sit there for a 2 to 3 hour podcast and 50% of it, if not more, is just not that interesting, and I don't feel like it's a good investment when it comes to time. So my goal, like you guys know how I am, okay, would be to focus on the 80-20 rule when it comes to podcasting. 20% of what we do produces 80% of the results. So a really interesting hour. That's what I'm going to be shooting for. I do want to let you guys know also, I kind of test ran this idea already. I want to say it was about a month ago. I filmed a podcast that was a little over 30 minutes, and I had my wife on as the guest, test running it obviously. But you know what? Guys, even if I was going to kick this thing off at a certain pro, like super pro level right off the bat and had all the exposure and all that, I'd have my wife on as my first guest because she's been married to this dude for almost 12 years. She's done a lot of time off grid and gardening and tracking and snaring and the whole 9 yards. She is a badass. And so what she knows is directly relevant to the channel. And what's the podcast really going to focus on, guys? Well, it's going to focus on survival and prepping related topics along with current events and where we see things going today in the world. And we're also going to focus a lot on the 80-20 rule, right? 20% of what we do produces 80% of the results. What I'd like to do is get the channel to a place where I can invite some real experts on in specific areas that I feel are relevant to shit hit the fan prep, okay? And what I want to do is juice them for the 20% that's going to produce 80% of the results in relation to their specific knowledge. I think you guys are going to dig it. Also, obviously, keep it entertaining. Have a good time with it, and maybe play some games with some of the guests. And you'll see, I got some ideas on some games we can play that would be pretty fun. All right. So guys, that's it. Just an announcement. I'm gonna let you guys know I'm gonna kick it off. I'm also gonna make that 30-minute session with my wife public. So I'd love to get some feedback on that. Also, let me ask you guys a question. Do you have any knowledge of an app I could use on my phone to record a podcast, both the video and the audio, where it'll be stored to my phone and I can upload it to YouTube after that? Because right now, what I've got to do is go basically YouTube live with one person, not make the link public, and then make it live later on YouTube. That's how I have to rock it right now. And I'm sure there's probably some better ways to get that done. I'm also going to warn you that in the video with my wife, the audio is not great, and the video quality is not amazing as well. So I'm working on getting that fixed, and I have some ideas. But anything you guys have that you could give me that might kind of lead me in the right direction there, it would be helpful. Like always, dudes, I always say this on the channel: when you get into something new, the learning curve's like this. So that's how it's going to be for me on this podcast. I'm going to invest some time educating myself on how to keep it lit and improve the quality. But comments down below, guys. What do y'all think? That's it. Like it, share it, subscribe. Make sure you comment down below. Check out my Patreon link in the description. And look for that first podcast with my wife. I'll see y'all in the next video.